In our first unit, we discussed multiple different family types and how they interact with each other within their family. There are many different family combinations, such as mother and father, two mothers, two fathers, multi-generational homes, and many more. Modern Family is a good sampling of different family types. The family from this show that I'll be focusing on is a gay couple, Cam and Mitchell, and their adopted daughter, Lily. Already this family is very different from the norm, not only because the two men are gay, but because their adopted daughter is from another country. In this first clip, we see Cam and Mitchell talking to Lily about her lost stuffed bunny.
Hey, Lily, guess what?
What?
We just heard from Bunny.
This is a terrible idea.
That was fantastic. Bunny said he's on an amazing adventure having the time of his life and that you should pick one of his best friends to sleep with while he's gone.
Bunny doesn't talk.
This is going great.
He does now because he took talking lessons. So what do you think, huh? Turtle or giraffe or little reindeer?
As you can see from Cam's snide comments, he does not agree with Mitchell's decision to lie to Lily about where her bunny is. Mitchell does not seem to have a problem with it because his end goal is only to make Lily feel better. In Turner and West's article, they discuss that the parenting is affected by how the family communicates. If the parents usually lie to their children, or if the parents come from a family where they would lie to make people feel better, then lying would just seem normal. This would pertain to Mitchell. If lying to a child is unheard of and frowned upon, the parent might be appalled that their partner wants to use it when talking to a child. This would apply to Cam. Not to get too personal, but my family has gone to a few family therapy sessions. My sister has been in therapy for the past year because of her anger issues, and her therapist requested that we all come in and talk with her so that she could get an accurate account of what the day-to-day basis is like at home. We would recount situations that my sister had already told her so that she could put together a picture of what was actually going on at home. I believe her method most closely pertained to the article by Danong and Coleman. By bringing us all together to talk about our issues at home, the therapist was able to gain more insight into what might help my sister. Dark communication applies to the side of family relationships that are not acceptable to be talked about outside the family unit. This could pertain to maybe an abusive father, a sibling who bullies, or a death in the family. The next video clip is from the TV show 13 Reasons Why. The main character, Clay, has a mini freakout during a school tour. This part is about halfway through the show, meaning Hannah has been dead for a few months, and Clay is slowly becoming more and more upset after listening to each tape.
Right, the auditorium. But before we go, I want to show you something super cool. Okay?
Clay could help.
Look at these lockers. They all look alike, right? Not this one. This one is special. It belonged to a girl who killed herself.
Clay, come on.
You see all these "Don't Kill Yourself" posters up on the wall? They weren't up before. They put them up because she killed herself. And why did she do it? Because the kids here treated her like shit.
Jensen, that's enough.
But no one wants to admit it, so they paint over the bathrooms and put up a memorial because that's the kind of school that this is. Everyone is just so nice until they drive you to kill yourself. And sooner or later, the truth will come out. It's gonna come out.
We see that no one at school had really talked about suicide before Hannah killed herself. It's a taboo, something too painful to even think about. After the school found out about her death, they decorated her locker and set up a memorial, but it was taken down just after a few weeks. Everyone else had moved on, while Clay and Hannah's parents are left to try and rebuild their lives. Like Ellis talking about her brother's death, Hannah's parents needed to process and grieve over the death before they could move on and catch up with everyone else.
We've done extensive 12-marker testing on all three of you. It is 99.9% certain that Bay is not related to you.
I know it.
The hospital believes there was a mix-up.
Did they actually use that word mix-up?
Someone wasn't careful matching the ID anklets. It's extremely rare, but it happens. You took home someone else's baby, and another family took home yours. John and Catherine Kenish, Regina Vasquez.
Hello.
John Kenish, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Daphne, this is Bay. Bay Daphne.
Nice to meet you.
This clip of Switched at Birth is the first episode where Bae and her parents find out that she was switched at birth. It puts a weird rift between Bae and her parents because suddenly they're not her real parents, and she feels like she doesn't fit in with the family she's grown up with. The roles start to shift because once they meet Daphne and her mother, the girls suddenly have two sets of parents and a new sister and a new life to learn about. This clip relates to Hidalgo's article examining maternal roles in Harry's life, because they keep shifting, like the maternal roles in Bae and Daphne's life. They have to decide which mother to come to about what issue and what problems to keep from the other one. Their relationships will both keep shifting and changing throughout the TV show, and thankfully bring them closer together as a large family group. I can relate to this unit personally because both my grandfathers have recently passed away. It was difficult watching their health slowly decline and see them become a shell of a man they used to be. My family had to become comfortable talking about death and sickness that they were going through. In those moments, I can relate to Fox and his article about watching his father slowly lose his mind from Alzheimer's. Although my grandfathers did not have this disease, it was still scary to see someone who was once so strong and protecting become so frail and sick.